In 2017 will mark the 50th anniversary in which the Supreme Court have deemed the ban of interracial marriages unconstitutional. That was only 50 years ago. And trust me, the same problems they had back then are troubling the same people now that are in interracial marriages. Here is just one example of one interracial couple that is married with beautiful children that are facing the challenges, and let's see how they overcome those challenges with the help of God.
I remember looking down at my hands as a little kid and thinking, my hands look different than the other kids. That's the thing when I first noticed that there was a difference between me and everyone else around us.
Actually, a lot of times people think because I'm married to him that I'm Indian. They just assume that. It is kind of funny though, because people just make a lot of assumptions about my background, and lots of people will come up and speak to me in different languages. And I usually don't understand them, and then they don't believe me when I say, like, where are you from? When I say French Canadian or Scottish, they're like, no, that's not true. Someone once said to me, Nithin is really handsome, even though he's so dark. Things like that, where I don't know if they would say that to me if I was the same color as Nithin, if they would say, oh, he's handsome aside from the fact that he's dark. Since being married for 7 years, an issue that did come up, I think also with having children, was related to school. I was talking with someone in my community about the school. They said, oh yeah, I took a tour of the school and I just don't know if I want my son to go there, because I went there and there weren't really any white kids there. It took me a while to really process what she said to me. And then when I went home, I cried because I just thought she would look in that classroom and see Selah or Wesley and think, that's not a good classroom because they aren't white.
The true test of racial reconciliation isn't, can you be my brother? It's actually, can you be my brother-in-law? Because one of the things I've noticed is I think a lot of people can intellectually say in their minds, you know, I have no problem with different races or different cultures, but then all of a sudden your daughter or your son marries someone or is dating someone of a different race, of a different culture, and then all of a sudden all this stuff that you thought you never had to deal with comes up to the surface.
If you are someone that was struggling with having a child in an interracial relationship or marriage, I would think you might need to ask yourself, what is it that is causing you to see two humans as so different? Because at the end of the day, we're all people made in God's image. And I think if you start to ask yourself that question, why am I feeling this way? You might actually reveal some things in your heart that you might not realize are there. And I think that would probably be a good journey to go on.
I wanted someone that loved Jesus, and that was the #1 priority. And my wife loves Jesus with all of her heart, soul, mind, and strength. And not only that, man, she loves people, and you just see how she loves God through the way she treats people. And so for me, that is really what draws me to her continually every day.
Thanks, honey. He's all right too.